Welcome to BuildMaker. Today we will see how a real house can be built with dreams, hard work, and wood. We will now see the incredible journey of how the Wood Junkie team built a luxurious house using only wood. This whole place was once filled with garbage. First, they cleaned up all the garbage and started anew. Gratitude to those who have been a part of our journey. I believe this video will bring a different feeling to your mind. Enjoy the video and welcome to our dream home. Foundation work has begun. The ground is being cleared and a wooden frame is being installed to hold the concrete in place. The internal rods have been properly installed to ensure the entire structure remains strong for a long time. First, we smooth the wooden beams with a planer so that they can be installed properly. Now, holes are being drilled into the wood with a drill machine so that they can be firmly secured with screws. While inserting each screw, care is taken so that the wood does not crack or become loose. Step by step, all the wooden beams are being installed one after the other. The main foundation of the house structure is being created from here. Steel brackets are being used under each pillar so that the wood does not touch the ground directly. These brackets will support the entire weight of the house, so it is very important to install them correctly. Now holes are being drilled in the concrete below so that they can be firmly fixed with anchor screws. After inserting the screws, they are being tightened with another machine so that there is no wobble. In this way, one pillar after another is being installed. Slowly, the solid structure of the house is being erected. The floor structure is being built by placing large wooden beams on the foundation. This will be the main frame of the house. The work cannot be done alone, so everyone is working as a team to arrange the timbers according to size. After installing the floorboards, the work of erecting the walls has begun. They are arranging the lower frames one by one. After installing the bottom frame, the real work of building the wall begins. One piece of wood is carefully installed. To properly connect each piece of wood in the wall, grooves are being made on both sides with a drill. Now a long stick, called a dowel pin, is being inserted into that hole to lock these pieces of wood together. Now, after determining the location of the window, the upper slab is being measured and cut so that the window frame matches. These specially cut timbers at the corners of the walls will be glued together using the joint technique. The cut is being placed in place with light pressure from the hammer so that the fitting is tight. This is how the wooden structure around the windows is being created: straight, neat, and strong. This wood needs to be cut perfectly, so I'm slowly following the border. It can't be moved around even a little. I'm cutting this wood very carefully because each piece will be used to build the entire house. Even the slightest mistake will mean the construction won't fit. It looks like the wooden structure is almost finished. It's not too late to start working on the roof. Now it's time to install the roof supports. The roof will gradually be built with these timbers. It takes a little time to screw in the high spots, but if you can get it right, it will be a strong frame. This heavy wooden plank has to be placed very carefully so that the entire structure remains intact. Here I am screwing the beam tight. It is an important part for holding the roof, so it needs to be installed well. We are placing this wooden beam in the middle of the roof so that it can bear the weight evenly. It takes a while to get it to the right size because it will carry the weight of the entire roof. This part is a little angular, so I'm standing on a ladder and applying the wooden plank by hand. It's very important to get it right. It's very important to keep your balance when working on this roof. One mistake can be dangerous. I'm rounding the edge of this wood a little so that it fits nicely against the roof structure. I'm rubbing it carefully. We're installing each piece of wood along the line. The top wall won't be strong without a straight foundation underneath. Now I'm fitting the top so that it's easier to install the next pieces. I'm screwing it in tightly. In this step, we are lifting the heavy wooden beams up one by one to install the roof structure. This is a step where it is not possible to work alone. Everyone is lifting a large piece of wood to the roof together. This way, the entire structure is being built step by step in our hands. Of wood is being placed in the exact right place. The wood is carefully held in place in the groove. He is fixing the wood firmly with a drill. This is an additional support to strengthen the structure of the house. In this way, one by one, the timbers are being prepared to build the roof. Now the ends of the timbers are being cut into rounds so that the roof slope can be properly placed. In this step, the timbers are being placed in such a way that the curved design of the roof is created correctly. Two people are working together to fix the wood, making sure the wood is in the right place. They are using a drill machine to install wood on the roof. people are carefully placing wooden beams to build a roof. The wooden structure is slowly taking shape. Large timbers are being placed on the roof structure of the house. These timbers will make the roof strong and durable. The timbers are being cut to the perfect size and placed one by one on the roof frame so that the roof is perfectly level. Two people are building the roof structure together. They are fitting wood into the corners of the roof with a drill. One by one, thin wooden sheets are being placed on the roof. Each wooden part of the roof is being carefully fitted. A waterproof membrane is being laid over the roof structure and pressed down. Two people are correctly installing the bitumen sheets used to cover the roof. Insulation boards are being installed one by one on the roof. Waterproof sheets were laid over the entire roof structure so that rainwater could not penetrate at all. Insulation boards are being installed one by one on the roof. The sheets are being placed on a wooden frame and secured with screws. After installing insulation and a waterproof membrane on the wooden frame, the installation of sheets on the roof began. These are not ordinary tiles, but stone-coated metal sheets, which look great and are also durable. All the sheets are being lined up neatly so that the top layer of the roof is absolutely perfect. One is hammering a nail and the other is placing the sheet properly. Great teamwork. A cement block is being placed in the corner of the floor to create a solid base for the furnace. A large round hole is being made in the wall so that the furnace chimney can easily exit. The cement block is being broken with a hammer and cut to size so that it fits properly in the specified place. The lower base is being completed by placing the blocks one after the other. A steel pipe is being placed on top of the blocks so that the smoke from the furnace can be directed outside. Insulation is being inserted around the pipe so that heat does not spread outside. The face of the block is being sealed well with foam or cement on all sides so that gas does not escape. The chimney blocks are being installed one after another, perfectly aligned with the walls. A path for the chimney pipe is being made by cutting wood on the roof so that the pipe fits easily. The chimney pipe has been raised step by step from the bottom to the roof. Now preparations are underway to permanently install the pipe on the roof and insulate it around it. The chimney block is being fitted tightly from the top so that there are no gaps. The chimney was first coated with a good layer of cement to make it strong. outside of the chimney was covered with a dark white mixture to make the finishing perfect. A pipe was placed in the middle of the steel cover so that the smoke from the furnace could escape properly. This time, a drain pipe is being installed at the very bottom of the roof so that rainwater can drain properly. If there is a gap in this part, rainwater can enter and destroy the entire structure. That's why they hammer each sheet into place, matching the slope of the roof. Now they have started work on the windows. The frame is being installed in the empty space of the outer structure. It is important to install this window to let light in. It will have a glass panel. Foam is being sprayed around the windows to ensure that there are no gaps, preventing cold or heat from entering. This foam acts like insulation, keeping the house cool in summer and warm in winter. They are first cutting the pieces of wood to size so that the window frame is exactly right. They are fitting each piece of wood together to make sure that all the corners are in place. They are checking every size again and again, because if it doesn't fit the window, they have to make it again. They are now preparing the wooden window frames so they can be installed on the house. They're adding extra wood to make a larger frame stronger. They're now squaring the corners so the window doesn't tilt after each frame is made. They dry fit it to make sure it's right. Now that they've put all the wood together, they're sanding the entire frame. He's checking each pair carefully to make sure none are loose. He's measuring the frame repeatedly to make sure it's perfectly square. Then he's checking with his hand to see if there's any unevenness. Once all the wood is measured and fixed, the work of joining will begin. Before installing the windows, they are covering the entire wall with a black weatherproof sheet. This sheet will protect the wall from rain, dust, and wind in the future. They're already cutting the window into the middle of the sheet where it will be installed. Now they're making sure the entire sheet is evenly stretched. Now they are cutting the window section into the weather sheet so that the window can be installed in the right place. The sheet is being cut slowly so as not to damage the structure or insulation. They are checking very carefully that the frame is well aligned around the edges. If there is any error at this stage, the window lock or fitting will not work properly. The window is heavy, so two people are working together, one holding it and the other adjusting it. They are cutting out perfectly triangular sections on the black screen. This window is very important for ventilation in the room, especially in the summer.
the last task of the day would begin, preparing dinner with his own hands. Sitting in the middle of nature in the wooden house, he silently prepared the ingredients for today's meal.
They are standing on a ladder, building a frame to install a wooden guard outside the window. This wooden structure not only enhances the beauty of the window, but also provides a strong visual frame. Wood is being installed under the side window so that water can drain down if it falls. He's now leveling each piece of wood so it fits snugly against the wall. They're holding the wood in position first, then using a screw machine to fit it tightly. Each piece is being installed step by step, so it's straight from bottom to top. The wood around the windows is a little tricky, so they're measuring and working here with precision. They are working very carefully, climbing up ladders to install the wooden panels on the upper part of the house. Since there is little space at the top, one person is holding the panel while the other is screwing it in. They started installing the wood under the window on this side, one holding it while the other screwed it in. Step by step, the entire window was closed with wood so that the fitting would fit perfectly. They were also fitting the wood into the empty spaces under the roof above so that there were no open parts. To do this, one person climbed up on a ladder and the other was installing the wood from below, all of which had to be done very carefully. They are now climbing up the ladder and installing the last pieces of wood, trying to fit the window frame perfectly. He used a thin spoon-shaped tool to pry the bottom of the wooden frame of the door. He tightened the lock next to the glass with a hand screwdriver. He measured and fitted everything and inserted the glass at the bottom, making sure there were no gaps. He started to install these planks one by one, that is, to build this wooden floor in front of the door. Look at him, slowly arranging the wood in rows, as if he were building a small deck. It's a bit of a time-consuming job. Each piece of wood has to be measured, then screwed together tightly. You can tell he's doing it with absolute precision, just like a seasoned carpenter. This time, I'll put a wooden frame around the window so that it has a perfect finish and there are no gaps. We're going to install a small breaker box in this area, which will control the power to the entire cabin. I'm putting in the final screw now, and then we can start wiring the interior. The board sits very well. It doesn't wobble at all. The fitting is absolutely perfect. This time he is connecting the lines separately from the main box so that the current reaches all the switches in the house properly. Look at how he is straightening the wires with screws. A slight mistake can be dangerous. After the wiring is complete, it's time to install the switchboard cover so that everything looks nice and tidy. The area around the window was completely empty, so now they are covering it with wooden panels. Slowly, the entire wall is being covered, and the look of the interior of the room is changing day by day. When the frame next to the window is in place, the whole room will look much tidier. Just wait a minute. This time, the work of installing the ceiling wood has begun. We have to be a little careful because the place is very high. He checks each piece of wood to make sure it is not bent or broken, because a slight mistake can cause the entire line to bend. Installing a ceiling like this requires patience and precise measurements, both at the same time. If the measurements aren't right, it will be difficult to install the next panel, so he checks it again and again. He's using screws instead of nails to hold the wood together more firmly. As the work progresses, the upper part of the house now looks exactly like a cabin. This wooden ceiling above not only keeps the room warm, but also brings a natural beauty to the interior. Each wooden sheet is like a piece of design. Together, it creates a calm atmosphere. This wooden ceiling is not only beautiful to look at, but it also makes the atmosphere of the room more comfortable and warm. When you sit inside and look up, it feels like you've entered a wooden cabin in nature. The pieces of wood on the ceiling are arranged in such a way that it seems like each piece of wood has a story inside. The finish of this wood is so smooth and neat, completely handmade, as if it was made with love, not a machine. Finally, the ceiling work is finished very nicely. The whole room now looks very tidy. The wood on the walls, the ceiling, and the windows are all beautiful. Now the floor needs to be given a finished look. At this stage, a special type of sheet is laid on the floor of the house to reduce noise and prevent heat. The flooring boards are installed in such a way that they lock together tightly. The boards were installed very carefully so that they fit perfectly against the wall. After the first row of boards were installed, the work of installing the wooden floor throughout the room gradually progressed. All the boards are finished and installed properly. The whole house now looks very shiny and tidy. The interior of the house now looks completely different. The warmth of the wood has brought peace to the house. This time, paint or protective coating is being applied to the wood so that it lasts for a long time and is not damaged by sun and rain. These wooden pillars not only help with the structure, but also enhance the beauty of the entire cabin. Now the woodwork for the veranda has begun. It can be seen that everyone is carefully measuring and installing the wood. These pieces of wood have already been polished, so now the entire structure looks very neat and beautiful. Now, the work of installing sheets on the balcony roof structure is underway. Standing on top, they are very carefully placing the plastic cover on the roof. Now they are slowly placing the sheet on the wooden frame of the roof so that there are no gaps, absolutely perfectly. Then they started installing the wood on the roof, each piece being installed so precisely that there would be no problems when installing the tin or side covers later. This time they are installing metal sheets on the roof, step by step, each piece being fitted with precision. The metal sheets are placed overlapping one another to prevent rain or snow from entering. The sheets are placed on the wooden frame of the roof in such a way that the entire roof is even and strong. Each sheet is secured with screws so that it does not move or lift, even in strong winds. The color coating on the metal sheet also gives the roof a beautiful look. He opened the box and took out a wooden sheet from inside. He was arranging everything with his own hands, step by step. Then he began to make furniture entirely by hand, measuring, cutting, and assembling each piece of wood. He screwed each piece together according to the design. A small cabinet was taking shape. A piece of wood, according to his own design, was fitted into the machine for the finishing cut. Each piece was cut to measure, slowly running through the machine. A perfect structure was being created. Nothing of low quality, he is providing a professional level finishing with care and attention. This time he is making fittings for a gas stove, taking measurements all at once to do the job correctly. He drew marks on the kitchen countertop to the correct size and started cutting there so that the sink fitting could be placed properly. This time they are installing a wooden shelf on the kitchen wall, first measuring where to screw it so that the balance is right. Installing a shelf is not just a fitting, but becomes a big part of the home's decor. They built the entire house all by themselves with hard work and love. From the roof of the house to the kitchen inside to the wooden shelves on the walls, everything combined, it is now a fully livable, complete home.